Please explain how private permission and enterprise ledgers differ from public ledgers. Public blockchains are accessible by anybody. Anybody can participate, which is great. They're open source, they're decentralized, they're democratizing access to things. Anybody can download a MetaMask wallet. And I don't know if you even have to go through KYC, KYB to be able to do that still. Institutions aren't going to adopt that type of framework. They need to verify credentials. They just want to know who they're operating with. They want to understand the risks associated with the people participating in whatever marketplace or products they're offering. They want to make sure that they're suitable, which is, one of the guidelines by the SEC for any investment company. You have to make sure that there's suitability for those that are participating, whatever product solutions you've brought to market. So in order to be able to do that, you need credentials, you need KYB, AML, OFAC, BIS, all the other stuff that's required so that you know who is participating and that they're not a malicious actor or on a sanctions list or, blacklisted for whatever other reason, politically exposed or they've committed certain crimes. You need that information. And then separate of that, depending on your net worth and what qualifications you have here in the US and abroad, there's other constraints around that. You can be an accredited investor, you could be a qualified purchaser, you can also be an AP. In order to be able to participate in certain marketplaces, ideally, you would need private permissioned ecosystems that required certain credentials in order for anybody to even be able to participate in there. They would have to qualify. And then you wouldn't have to vet everybody and deal with all of that. They could just share a hash for their digital identity. You'd be able to hold the records of account that were required for them on file for whatever period of time was required for compliance. And then they're able to get access to participate in that ecosystem. But it's also part of a larger network to be able to settle publicly and source liquidity for that settlement. That would be the ideal scenario for enterprises and institutions to adopt something. And that's why we have so many of those amendments that have been proposed and accepted on the XRPL over the last year is for institutions.